I'm alive. So I want to talk about this guy named Dr. Todd Grand, who I have compared to Candy GRANDpre. And the one thing that they have in common is that their last name starts with Grand. And for some reason, I feel like something about them is related to my life. So Dr. Todd Grand, or they forced their way to be related to my life. Dr. Todd Grand, the guy who looks like the guy who used to be in one of my college courses, who was upset as he really couldn't do the applied science, but he recorded everything. This dude looks like the cleaned up version of him. And I just wanted to say, a guy who does videos mainly on a bunch of cases, death cases, and medical cases, it's kind of a little creepy. And why I'm going to tell you that is, I mean, why I believe that's creepy is because, like, what do you do when there's not any cases to talk about? Do people force things to happen so that they can have these YouTube videos about this person's death? And I've seen other channels where it's just nothing but deaths, nothing but bad things that happen to people. Like, you don't have a channel if somebody's not dying or if something's not going wrong in the world. Like, I just think like it's a little creepy. Like, um, they have something called rappers who died in the year 2020, 1999, 1998, whatever. I went that far. I mean, 2019, 2018. I'm like, okay, if rappers aren't dying, how do those people have a channel? Do they make sure that people are dying so that they can have something to talk about? Like, I find that to be creepy about those type of channels. And it's like people can feel like they're gang stalked in that type of way. I'm telling you, that dude, Dr. Todd Grand, he looks just like somebody who was in one of my college classes. Like I said, except for he's a cleaned up version. And so I finally looked at his videos, and I'm like, a lot of his videos now, it looks different than how it looked before. Now it looks like it's the same background for everything, and most of it's talking about death, people dying, people disappearing, cases of people. And because this dude looks familiar to a dude that was in one of my college classes, I think it's weird because I'm like, is this dude waiting to do a video about me dying or disappearing, getting shot by the cop, some type of police case? That's why I'm mentioning his name and talking about that and making that relation to him. Um, the fact that his last name is Grand and Candy's last name is GRANDpre. I just think that it's a strange coincidence. So if you guys think that I'm being a little crazy about that comparison, then let me know. I'm probably going to ignore the fact that you think that because I know what I saw and I see what I'm seeing. So if you've checked out this dude's channel, which you can, he's like one of the first people who pop up initially when you type in gang stalking. So he's not that hard to find at all. And his picture looks a little creepy too, if you ask me. But I think the camera's reflecting on it. But yeah. So that's him. You can look him up, Dr. Grande or whatever, Todd Grande. That's his channel, Dr. Todd, and the last name is GRANDe. So I'm like kind of creeped out. I feel like maybe remember how we talked about doctors watching you and putting you through these secret cases? I'm like, is this dude one of those people? Has he been watching me? Did he follow me in college? If that is not the dude, then I don't know what to say. That you look just like this dude that was in my college. And I don't think that things just coincidentally happen like that. So maybe that's a sign to me that something is going on. But yeah, he looks like that. But in the college course, this person looked a little more like redneckish, like not in a, I'm not gonna say like a bad or racist way, but more like in a country type way. Like I don't know how else to make it sound. Like I said, like maybe his beard was more out here, and his hair wasn't as shaved, but it kind of looks like the exact same face almost. So like would people, and he didn't know anything about what he was doing, to the point where he would like be getting frustrated in class. But when I saw him, I was like, you don't look like you belong in here. Like we literally had two white people. There was one white dude who became really good and he became like a teacher there. And then there was this white dude and he just looked like he wanted to record people. I'm being honest. And he just looked kind of suspicious. He was never any better, even after he recorded, like with his phone. He would still come to class and be like, the work just didn't look that good. No offense, but if you're like trying to do an applied science that you don't do, you're just in class to record a student for something else, then you're not going to be good at it, right? So I thought that that was kind of strange that he looks like that person. His page is all about deaths and cases. That kind of relates to gang stalking to me. After they gang stalk you so much, you become some type of case or death statistic or whatever you might become. Who knows? Maybe something good will happen on the contrary, but I'm just like, this dude, for some reason, he really creeps me out. And this isn't the first dude, though, or person that looks so similar to somebody else that, like the dude across the street, I know he's not the person I used to work for, but the dude looked just like him. Like, and that says a lot. And you saw the video where I said I had to get this man away from me in his truck when he reversed back. Like, yeah, but he looks like the dude I used to work for, especially before he cut his hair. He had the exact same haircut in the middle, sides were faded, even the same walk, the same postures, like crazy. And I think that God is showing you that for a reason, because he's saying like those people are kind of similar to these people that were probably stalking you, or these people are like similar spirited or demonic type. No offense if I'm not right, but they could be there to show you like rarely, sometimes that person might be the good person of that. Like maybe God is showing you, oh, there's a good person like that, but I really haven't experienced that part as much. So, like I said, I don't know. The dude creeps me out, and the fact that he shows up on the gang stalking, I don't know. He just creeps me out. I'm just scared of the dude. I don't know. Maybe he's like was following me for some type of medical reasons or another, to watch my life or something, but I don't know. That's really all I wanted to talk about, was just how this dude reminds me of this guy that I was in college with, that was always recording in class. Like he didn't know what he was doing at all. And it makes me feel like, maybe he does something else for a living. He's just in here a part of another secret project or something. So I'm not trying to be like somebody's death story. I'm not trying to be their like death case. I'm not trying to be like one of these 2022, 21 dead rappers or dead whatever they want it to be. Like these channels are kind of suspicious because someone has to die or something bad has to happen in order for you to keep your channel going. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm right. it's creepy to have a channel that's just talking about people who've died. In one sense, it might make people feel safe. In another sense, it makes people feel like something's a little suspicious about you. Are you waiting on someone to die so that you can make a video? Am I right or wrong? I'm right. So, I don't know. You guys tell me what y'all think. Am I just like thinking too much? Because I'm not gonna believe you if you tell me that, but I just want to know if that's what you really want to tell me, that I'm thinking too much. Am I over analyzing? Is there a such thing as over analyzing? Like, does that even make sense? No, I'm just paying attention to the details that people don't want to pay attention to, or I'm saying the things that people usually want to say but don't say. I'm just making sure that I'm not going to be anybody on his videos. You look like somebody I know. I mean, that's been in one of my classes. If he's watching, I just want to make sure that I'm not going to be one of those people that end up on your videos. You're going to have to make something for like successful people or something. But that's all that I wanted to say. And the fact like that it's in the gang stalking, it's in the gang stalking. If you type in gang stalking, his is the second or third one that pops up. He's a doctor talking about people's deaths. So you're telling me there's a doctor who knows all about this gang stalking thing? He had to put gang stalking in his tags. He had to. How else would he pop up so high on the charts right there all the time? Hmm. And I've also noticed a lot of people trying to make videos saying, like, oh, if gang stalking was this, blah, blah, blah. Look, gang stalking is a federal crime. It is against the law. And somehow it became against the law due to the massive shootings and things like that. I guess those people testified and said that these people are gang stalking me. So it is a federal crime. There's nothing to look it up on Google. Gang stalking, is it a crime? Yes, it's a crime. I don't know why a police officer would know that, because it's like pretty just common sense. If stalking is a crime, then any type of stalking is a crime, whether it's a group or not. Even if a police officer has never heard of gang stalking, it's pretty like explanatory in the word itself. Like somebody stalking you. Oh, it's more than one person. It's a gang of people. Oh, gang violence, gang stalking. Okay, I can pretty much guess what that is. If they couldn't guess what that is on a multiple choice or freestyle writing out what they think the answer is, then I would be a little suspicious of their expertise or critical thinking skills. I don't know. So you guys tell me, am I tripping or not? Because I think that I'm like, I'm just being concerned about my life, and I don't want anybody playing with my life. It's already people on here trying to play with my life, but yeah, think again. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.